the Fresno Focus Radio Hour. This is the No Focus Radio Hour. Comedy and insight from the greatest minds in Fresno. A Lightomine Media production. That's right, this is the No Focus Radio Hour, the #1 independent podcast in the Central Valley. Thank you for listening, and thank you for telling a friend. The No Focus Radio Hour is available everywhere podcasts can be found, including YouTube and your home, smart speakers. Remember to subscribe and to leave a review. That helps others discover our show. Seriously, tell your friends about it. And while you're reviewing, keep in mind 5 stars is the correct number of stars. If you enjoy our show, share it with your friends. But if you hate it, share it with your enemies. Hey, check out our site, nofocusradio.com. We got a ton of cool stuff there. You can join the club. You can get a membership. You can vote on Don's polls. You can join our Discord server. It's a lot of fun. We're always on there. We chat. We hang out. A lot of good stuff going on. Check out the rest of our shows at lightominemedia.com. And follow us on social media at nofocusradio.
Gonna hit this ground running, running to my favorite podcast. Gonna hit the ground running. I gotta listen to the No Focus Radio podcast show.
Woo-hoo. Sounds like your throat singer. That is right.
That was a mouthful.
This is the No Focus Radio Hour, the #1 independent podcast in the Central Valley. It's made for those who live in the Central Valley. It's made for those who miss the Central Valley. It's made for those who long to live in the Central Valley. And for those who
still put bologna on their sandwiches in the Central Valley.
Yes. As always, we have our beautiful cast of characters we have with us. Sadly, we're still missing Don Schlicks.
Where is he?
Dude, his poll injury.
It's
been bad. Too many people voted on his poll.
It got too much, huh?
Too much poll action.
Too much poll.
So he's getting it fixed. We have with us the doorman.
Hey, Fresno. I just want to say thank you to that person who put the first ding in my new car.
No, is that real?
It is real.
Oh,
don't you hate that?
Dude, I hate that.
I hate it. And I know, and it's like the car next to me, they opened their door, and there was the mark on it, and a ding, and it makes me so mad.
That is terrible.
Anyway.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
That's a shame.
Well, we're starting off on a low note.
And we also have over there the one, the only, Stu Pedazzo.
Hey, it's great to be back in the studio. I love it here. It's air conditioning. We haven't got our burger bought yet, but, I'll make it through. I finally found a game I could play with my son.
Oh.
So I'm so excited.
What game?
My son always tries to get me to play Hearts of Iron, but it's like if you put Risk on steroids and you took a year to learn how to play the game.
Nope.
So I said no. So he got me to download Roblox.
Okay.
And so there's a game we tried different games. Like one of them he knows really well. So basically I spent the whole game following him. That got boring. We played this other stupid game. It got boring. But the game that we both liked, and we played it for about an hour, is basically you're a character on a cliff. You throw yourself off the cliff and see how many bones you could break.
Is that how you play Roblox?
That's one of the games. Roblox is like a whole series of games.
That's a whole different one?
Oh, I never understood what Roblox was. I just assumed.
It's like a platform that gives you all these games you could play.
Oh, see, I didn't know. See, I thought Roblox was just like Minecraft. I had no idea.
Yeah, I thought it was like a game itself.
No, it's a series of all these weird games. And the one that we like the most, that we enjoyed playing together, is you jump off a cliff and try to break the most bones. And like you can get a brain injury, a concussion, and when you get a concussion, the screen goes white and it makes a beep noise.
Oh my gosh.
Is Roblox free?
Yeah, it's free.
Really?
Yeah, but there's a lot of
ads and stuff.
Not ads, but in-store purchases.
But do you have to buy it, or is it kind of like
it's kind of like Fortnite?
So you don't have to.
It's free. You don't have to buy anything, but if you want to upgrade your character and other things.
And can you play like with people? Like if I'm at home, can I play with you?
Yeah, you can play with me. You can play with other people.
I look like a DeLorean.
I'm installing it right now.
But it's cool because in that game, you get more money with the more bones you break, so you can afford a higher cliff. So you can go to a higher cliff and break more bones, and then you can get things that make your bones weaker so they break easier.
Oh, my gosh.
And so we spent an hour jumping off cliffs trying to break the most bones.
Oh, my gosh.
My son's played it a lot, so he broke like 1,000. The most I broke is like about 155
It keeps score of
bones.
how many bones you break?
Yeah.
I love it. I
And
am.
you get paid
That
more
is
if you get a
wild.
concussion.
Really?
Yeah, it's like $4,000 for a concussion. Yeah, I got.
And then you got to pay for it, and you go to the hospital, and you got to pay all that money for.
No, you don't go to the hospital. You just respawn on the cliff again, ready to jump.
I love it.
It is the dumbest game, but it's the only game we both liked.
That,
There's a lot of it.
genius. That game sounds like genius.
Yeah,
actually.
but they have different
Sounds
ones.
genius.
Ones we kind of like was like you're running from a safe room past, and you'll encounter. You're in a mall and you encounter demons that try to destroy you, and you try to outrun them and get to a different safe room. But I didn't like that one too much. It was just a lot of running. But I loved jumping off a cliff.
Wow.
I love it.
Yeah,
That
it's a lot of
sounds like fun.
It's called like Bone Break or something stupid like that.
That's very cool. I'm trying to find. Maybe I'll look into that because I'm trying to find something that my daughter and I, not that particular game, but
Yeah,
something my daughter and I can play.
Yeah.
I was trying to look at some of the old Sega games and stuff like Sonic because we watched the movie and I
Simple,
thought, maybe
yeah.
Sonic, but I don't
Yeah.
know.
But
So maybe I'll look into that.
behind the board and in the other room behind the glass because he likes it over there is none other than
Hey!
Johnny Knox.
Yes.
Hey,
Johnny.
how's it going? How's everybody doing out there today?
We're doing
Yeah?
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. That's
Yeah. You guys Discord us right now. How are you doing? We want to.
Yeah, guys, get on Discord. Get on Discord.
They say new
Check
phone
us out.
is this. Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Johnny, I got to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Your name, very interesting.
Yeah.
How did you get it?
True story.
Okay.
So,
I've never heard this before.
this is
Yeah.
actually,
never heard this
I
true
always
story
mess
before.
around, but this one's dead serious.
This is it. This
true,
is it.
True story.
Yes.
I'm not joking around whatsoever. In 1927, I was like, I don't know, maybe 20 at the time. And this gentleman wrote a book
Okay.
that was called Albert Nobbs.
Oh, okay.
Albert Nobbs is an old book, and it was about. I actually didn't read it, but I think it was about Glenn Close, who was a man.
I always thought that.
Yeah,
Really? That's true?
Well,
Oh my
I don't
gosh.
exactly know, but I do know that in like 2011, there was a movie that came out called Albert Nobbs with Glenn Close, who played a man.
Oh,
you guys know
okay.
that movie?
Based on the book?
Based on the book that was
Okay.
based on me.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's really weird
It was
stuff.
based off the comic book.
Yeah, which was then
Okay. The
was
graphic
based
novel?
off the graphic novel. But true story. Do you guys remember the movie Albert Nobbs with Glenn Close?
No.
2011.
No.
Let's pull it up because this is very important. This is part of the story.
Uh-oh.
Nobbs, please let this be a thing. yeah, that's what I thought. I knew this was a thing. Albert Nobbs.
Oh,
Glenn
my
Close.
gosh.
You guys know?
Close is
her?
a-
No
handsome
idea.
woman.
What is she doing playing a dude? What's the
I
what?
feel, I
is
feel
going
like
on?
she's appropriating my culture and my sex.
Yeah. So this is
Yeah,
Glenn
exactly.
Close as Albert Nobbs.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, and what had happened was,
Ran out of
I think this
magic
came out. It came out in like 2011,
Okay.
and
So you made it way back then, but it only came out in 2011.
took a long time.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, it takes a while to get funding for
Also,
these
they
things.
probably
right?
had to colorize that old film.
But what happened was when this was first, as you can see, this was Glenn Close playing
Yeah.
a man. When it came out, it was supposed to be
Was she playing you?
She was playing Albert Nobbs, but this is all based off of an earlier story called Johnny Nobbs, in which I played the lead, but I played Glenn Close. It's all very convoluted.
Ooh, interesting.
It's very
Interesting.
confusing. So, like, she played me from 1927, but I was playing Glenn Close back then because she's really old.
Were
and
you
really old.
playing Glenn Close that was playing in that movie with Michael Douglas? What was that called?
From Here to Eternity.
No. The one where they had an affair.
Star Trek.
No, the one where they had an affair and she
With
went
Michael
crazy.
Douglas?
With Michael Douglas. Remember that?
I know what you're talking about. Sharon Stone was in it.
Yes.
the one with Sharon Stone's legs.
No, Sharon Stone
Yeah.
wasn't in that one.
True
No,
Instinct
that's a
or-
different one. He did all those movies back then. What was that? Glenn Close. It had like one where not Basic. Is it Basic Instinct? No.
Okay.
Is it Basic Instinct?
Was that the one with her legs?
Are we going with your story or?
Yeah,
Well, what
where are
happened
we
was,
going here?
so long story short, I was in Basic Instinct with Sharon Stone, and there's this crazy scene where she like, you guys know the scene? You guys know the scene? Special.
Yeah, where she
There's a scene
readjusts
that
her
you readjust.
chair
Yeah, anyways,
and-
long story short,
exposes her
she
friends.
started calling me Johnny Nobbs, and I control the
I knew this wasn't going anywhere.
said no, it was bad. I
You know,
just
people who are new to the show and they hear the first time you ever tell a story, they go, and it's
Yeah.
so nice that he shares his past with
Yeah.
us like that. And then they realize that next week it's a different story, and then a different story, and they realize, wait a minute.
see what happens is I was really excited that I remembered Albert Nobbs the movie. was freaking out. I thought it might
That's
be
an
fake.
obscure
Now, you know,
reference. That's
sorry
really
not to get off. What was that Glenn Close movie that was with Michael Douglas? Remember Had
I
a
think
Fair?
it was
He
in
was married.
every
She put
movie.
the rabbit in the boiling
That
pot.
was.
That wasn't based
Oh
against
no,
Steve.
no! That I know
Glenn
what you're
Close,
talking about.
Rabbit?
Now.
I'm trying to look
She
up.
played a psycho
She
woman.
played a psycho in that. Fatal Attraction.
Fatal Attraction.
Oh, I don't know.
1987. Oh man, that thing scared. I watched it in
yeah.
1987. I watched that in the theater. That scared the crap out of me.
I've never seen that
Oh
movie.
my gosh. You bet. Oh, you got to watch
That
it,
a good
dude. It's
one?
a classic.
That's when I
Fatal
got rid of my
Attraction.
pet rabbit.
Oh my gosh, is that Glenn Close?
That's Glenn Close.
She's not a
shit.
man in that one. She's.
Oh my gosh, she's
Yeah.
frightening.
Yeah.
She is.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
yeah, no
it is.
idea.
Yeah, you got to watch that thing. That is.
I'll
She
put
was
this on my
cray,
watch
cray.
list.
Yeah,
That's
watch
good.
list.
That's good.
Watch
think-
it with. It's a good family movie.
I think
Watch it
they
with.
should
Watch it with the
Yeah?
wife.
They should remake Fatal Attraction now when they're all old and it will make no sense. And
Oh
you're like,
yeah,
what?
yeah. It'll be like They call it geriatric.
Well, it'll be a fatal attraction because they'll have a heart attack.
Yeah, fatal. Yeah, it'll be a fatal heart attack attraction.
Jeez.
Hey, I got a question.
Engage.
Speaking of relationships, I got a question for you guys. Got a anniversary coming up here soon.
Congratulations.
Thank
What
you,
number?
thank you. 2000. I don't remember. A long time.
Don't let your wife know that.
2005. Long time, but it's going by so quick. It just feels like yesterday that we got
Aw.
married. Anyway, question is
That
this:
must confuse your kid.
Do what?
That must confuse your kid.
Yeah, I know, huh? Dinner places. Any suggestions what we can do
Oh, okay, I got an idea
for
here.
dinner places?
You know, there's an
Legitimately?
expensive restaurant. It's called McDonald's.
Mach.
Well, it is
If you can
expensive
afford to
now,
go there.
right?
Yeah.
After the
So anniversary dinner.
Anniversary
dinner.
One
Something
neat
special.
place that's kind of expensive, but it's neat is 13 Prime or Prime 13.
Prime 13. Okay,
Prime.
where's that at?
It's right by my house. You can come visit and then go over there. It's
Oh, okay.
by Willow and Knees.
Willow and Knees.
That
Oh,
little
okay,
shopping
okay,
center.
yeah. We used to
From
live in
the
that
outside,
neighborhood.
it doesn't look like much, but the inside is you'll think you're in L.A.
Really?
Yeah, they also have outdoor seating, but it's right by the Pendragon Brewery, the tap house
Okay.
Pendragon.
It's over there by Sonic Drive-In
Yeah,
and all that
yeah,
stuff.
it's in
That
there.
side of the.
And it's right
Street.
by, basically you go by Pendragon, you go past it, you make a turn in, and you'll think, what the hell? Why am
Oh,
I here?
13 Prime. You talked about this. They have
Yeah.
the coffee steak or something like that you had.
Yeah, yeah.
Right,
and
right,
then you go in and it looks just like you're in LA or someplace like that. It's neat. The prices are a bit high though.
What are we talking for entree?
Well, when I went there, my buddies swore about this one steak that it was great, and it was like $75 a steak.
Holy jeez.
I got a couple places for you though.
Yeah.
What kind of food do you
But thank you. I will keep that in mind.
What kind of food do you guys like?
Yeah, steak. Let's go for some steak.
Steak. I mean, I don't know. The Elbow Room's kind of a nice, fun place.
Yeah, that's good.
That's true. We
It's a
haven't
fun
been there
little
in a long
place.
time.
It's one of those like places it's kind of nice, but it's also pretty casual.
Yeah.
And you can sit inside in a dark corner. It's kind of nice, I like that.
Well, and let me tell you this too. I'll preface it by saying now in the past years for dinner, we went out to Annex Kitchen,
Okay.
which is great. We went to Five.
Okay.
So
You
those
like
are the
Five?
places that we've been. Yeah. Go ahead though. So
Yeah, so I would say I like Elbow Room's a good one.
Elbow Room.
Are you guys big on like Middle Eastern food at all?
no,
No. You
no,
don't
we
like
haven't really tried it.
If you want to be a
haven't
little
really-
adventurous,
I mean,
then
I've tried Middle Eastern food, but we haven't really went out and ate.
You know what? I would go to the Phoenician Garden.
Okay.
Phoenician Garden, check it out. That you can get normal. It's not. You don't have to go crazy. They have like chicken kebabs, even like burgers and stuff.
Lamb.
So good. But I would check it out. You can get really good food. It's nice. It's not terribly expensive.
Okay.
That's a good pick.
Phoenician Garden. Where are they
Phoenician,
located at?
they're off of Herndon and Fresno or First, one of those two.
Herndon. Wow. Okay. Huh.
Yeah, it's right by TGI Fridays, wherever the street that is.
Oh wow. Yeah, right there. I
would
don't
check
know.
them out. I like that.
Okay.
Also, Max's Bistro.
Well, we thought about Max's.
Max's is
We've always wanted to
classic.
get into Max's, and it seems like every time we always wait too late and we can't get a reservation.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Max's, yeah. We talked about Max's.
But I don't know. I would do.
Let me ask you this too. Also, any day trip restaurants, like not necessarily coast, but I mean, let's say within maybe not necessarily Fresno, but out of Fresno.
but not terribly far.
Not like Elderberry House. I mean, I know there's Elderberry House, but I mean,
Yeah.
they got like something. Anything else, suggestions there you guys can think of?
I got one. Go to Bakersfield. I'm dead serious.
Bakersfield,
I'm
man.
dead serious, guys.
I'm not driving.
No,
there.
go to Bakersfield and go to the Pyrenees Cafe.
Pyrenees.
No,
Cafe.
Pyrenees Cafe. Pyrenees. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's been around. It's because you guys know this. Bakersfield is like the Basque center of the world. Do you guys know this?
I did not know that.
So Bakersfield is where all the Basque came and settled to raise all the sheep for the Central Valley.
Okay.
So it's still just generations and generations of Basque in Bakersfield area. There's a number of old school Basque restaurants. The Wool Growers has been around for like 100+ years. That's
Really?
actually amazing. But that's very family style. You sit at the big tables with a bunch of people, which is great, but it's not the most like
intimate.
But the Pyrenees Cafe, let me pull up Pyrenees Cafe.
You can go to downtown Bakersfield, go antiquing.
Actually,
Really?
Bakersfield's actually kind of fun. Bree and I
Antiquing, they have a lot of thrift stores. It's a neat place.
Bree and I actually did a day trip to Bakersfield twice just to go have some fun, which sounds funny, but it actually is.
It is a fun place.
Kind of a cool place. So the Pyrenees Cafe looks like this old bar,
Okay.
but it's in this old place, but it's been around since the early 1900s. And it's old school Basque food, but super good. And it's pretty awesome. You can kind of sit. They have really nice. You can sit outside.
wow.
You can sit inside in these like little dark corners.
You're into dark corners, Max. What's going on?
Yeah, it's really nice.
Oh, that looks kind of neat, actually.
It actually is very cool.
Wow.
I would check it out. I'd go to the Pyrenees Cafe. And like I said, if I can pull up the story of it, let me see. I literally don't think I'm crazy if I say that it's been around for like 100 years. It was on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, if that helps anybody.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Let me see.
But if you want to make a day of it, there's a lot to do in Bakersfield.
Is there really? So you could
You
go
just
to, they
gotta
have
look
like a
at
lot of antiquing
Oh,
shops
yeah,
and
because
stuff
I went
down
there
Oh, yeah.
antiquing. Like so once in a while, we'll drive. We'll go to Visalia, and then we'll keep driving to Bakersfield and just do antiquing stuff. And just like you look for thrift stores, just weird.
But
stuff.
are they all kind of in like, is there like an old town
there
section?
is.
They're
And
all kind
also,
of like Clovis.
if you
can
want
walk
to do
through.
lunch, they have an original Montgomery Ward's Cafe.
Oh,
there.
I remember we
It's
talked
shut
about that
down
one
right
time.
now.
Is it shut down?
They're redoing the entire, what's the building called?
Yeah, because someone bought the
Oh,
building.
that's right. I think
They're
we talked
redoing
about
it.
that
They're
on
redoing
on a
it.
past podcast.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
right in that area is a ton of thrift stores, a ton of antique stores, and it's really old centralized.
It's a pretty
like
safe
an old
environment.
town.
I mean, you feel safe.
Yeah,
you don't
we
feel
walked
like,
all
Oh,
up and
yeah.
down it. In fact,
It actually is
one
a
of
fun
them-
day trip. No, I kid you not, yeah.
One of the places you go to is kind of like a circus theme, and underground they have a really low ceiling. That's because that's where from the railroad and stuff they would sneak Chinese families in there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so it's what they did, a lot of smuggling and things down in that area, and it's supposed to be haunted.
And this is one particular shop?
One particular shop.
What shop is that? Do you remember?
I can't think of it.
It was a
right
thrift
now,
store or
but
what?
It's a thrift store, and it's got like a circus theme.
And it's a circus themed
Yeah, because
store.
because a friend of mine, George MacArthur, is also George the Giant. He lives in Bakersfield.
Oh, George the Giant. I remember you talking about him. Yeah, yeah.
And we went. I went with him, and we were going because he lives there, and he was showing me all the thrift stores and stuff. And we went under into the lower basement area, and he hated in there because he had to hunch over really bad because he's like 7'3" or 7'4".
Yeah.
And but all the circus themed stuff he wanted to buy because he has a little traveling oddity show.
Okay.
And he'll buy different oddities from different people.
Yeah, and put it in the show. Yeah, interesting. Wow,
Yeah,
I didn't realize Bakersfield was
There's a lot there.
had this
Bakersfield
going on.
has Pyrenees Cafe has been around since 1930. So
Oh my gosh, should we make a reservation there? I wonder.
I don't think you need to. You might want to call and make sure that they're open. Who knows? They're family restaurants. You might want to double check.
That's a good idea. I'll see if I can talk. Here's the thing. My wife is tough to get on these day trips.
Right.
She likes to go. She wants to stay overnight. I mean, she goes. Her thing too is that she doesn't want to have to go to work the next day and all that. And so, it's kind of like she wants to go and stay overnight. I'm like, yeah, but it's a day trip. Let's just go for a day. And she's like, well, I don't
And that's
know.
kind of what's nice about downtown Bakersfield. Bakersfield, it feels like you're, and you can do it all in a day. It feels like you're getting out. You're doing something. It's an hour and a half away. Why not?
Yeah, we might do that. That's a great suggestion. At first, I was blowing it off like, nah, I'm not gonna go to Bakersfield.
Yeah,
But you know what? I
But
think
the
you
old
guys-
Woolworths. The old Woolworths is actually getting a redo. So
Yeah,
you
you guys have talked me into
It's
this.
really neat if you get to go to the old Woolworths because it's just like the old ones. It's the food's the same.
Like you're going
everything's
back
the
in
same.
time.
Like you're going back in time.
Here's kind of a fun thing that
the
you
old
could
dress
do.
and the old uniforms and everything.
Andre's Drive-In. Bree and I actually did a trip out to Andre's Drive-In.
Is that in Bakersfield?
It's in Bakersfield. Okay. Andre's, the story of Andre's is really cool. It opened in the, if I remember, in like the 20s or maybe the 30s, I forget. But Andre's was famous. It was started by a French family who came to Bakersfield because they were Basque, French Basque, right? They came here. They opened up a bakery at the time in like the 20s. By the 50s, their children and their dad opened up this place called Andre's, and it was one of the very first drive-ins. This is pre-McDonald's and all of that sort of stuff. They're famous because McDonald's actually stole a lot of their ideas from them. A lot of places did.
The McDonald brothers, those.
Yeah, the McDonald brothers actually offered the Andres family all of Central California rights to all McDonald's, and the Andre family turned it down. But Andres, at the time, created some of the big things that a lot of people copy. The fried zucchini originated at Andres. The Big Mac originated at Andres.
Really?
But it was side by side, and they call it the French burger because it's made on a French roll. The apple pies that McDonald's have originated at Andres. So Andres is still around. It isn't owned by the original people anymore, but the family in the early 2003 or something, the third generation family ended up gifting the restaurant to I believe their Vietnamese or Korean, I forget what, employees who had been working there for a long time. So that family now owns it.
Okay.
So, it's not exactly the same, but the story of it is pretty cool. There's actually, I can share a story about it.
Let's see, also a quick thing of history. The McDonald brothers later on in 1961, sold McDonald's to Ray Kroc for $2.7 million.
Yeah.
And so, because Ray Kroc used to sell the milkshake machines.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And so McDonald's brothers kept buying milkshake machines, and he's going, what are they doing? And so he watched them and saw their business model and thought, I could really make this work. So he came in, offered them a lot of money. The McDonald brothers sold it. Ray Kroc got it and came up with franchising and started franchising it out and made it the empire that it is.
Yeah. Wow.
I'll actually put this article here from San Francisco Gate about Andre's Drive-In in Bakersfield, which tells you that it's directly responsible for some of your fast food favorites. So
that is amazing. And they're still,
and there's the French burger.
Oh, that's
that
cool.
Looks amazing.
That looks really good.
Yeah.
And they're still operating, and you still can get that stuff today, huh?
You can still get it.
You get the big burrito.
Yep. So exactly, it's called the Big Burrito. It was originally called the Big Boy Burrito, but they got sued by Bob's Big Boy. So it's been called the Big Burrito for,
now, did they come up with it,
years.
or did Bob's Big Boy?
No, they did.
What is that? Is that pastrami? It's pastrami, right?
Pastrami. They make their fresh pies daily. I would check it out. It's kind of fun.
Is that the Big Burrito they're calling is a pastrami sandwich?
No, they just got a bunch of stuff now.
It
is a little different than it used to. It's not nearly. I would say it's not nearly probably as good as this article
authentic?
as this article makes it sound.
Okay.
But it's fun to go. It's definitely fun.
A lot of history there. Interesting. It's fun. It's really fun to see those old places that are surviving.
Oh, yeah.
And have that kind of history. That's amazing.
So check that out. So that's what we settled on, 13 Prime, Phoenician Garden, Elbow Room, Max's Bistro, and then going to downtown Bakersfield.
Go to
Bakersfield. Pyrenees Cafe, checking out Andres, and going in.
Do you guys suggest that Dwight Yoakam, does he have a museum down there? Should I go?
Oh, I love Dwight Yoakam.
Does he have a museum? I know the Buck Owens has one. Maybe we should go see that.
Maybe. I'm not really sure.
The Grand Old Bakersfield Opry.
Yeah, Buck Owens.
Yeah, Buck Owens. Anyway, you got a story here. This was Marty. This was your story
tell
here.
us about this.
What happened about this?
Oh, yeah. So, elephants, right? Biggest land.
I don't know them personally, but I do know.
Well, you've seen elephants, right?
Yes, I've seen them, yes.
They quit using them in circuses because they realize, elephants are sentient beings that have feelings, and they don't need to be traveled around.
Very smart, intelligent, too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, what country was that?
I'm pulling up the real story here. Here we go.
So there was this
elephant.
Just
a fake story.
A big elephant, a big bull elephant. In Thailand, where they use elephants to do like a lot of foresting. They use them to do logging because you can't get machinery into these thick forests. So they use elephants to do.
So they train them to do certain tasks.
And so they kind of brutalize these elephants. Like when they're young, they tie them to a tree.
Oh no!
So they can't break free of the tree. And so later on, when they're big elephants, they always think they cannot break free of this little post holding them. So they're trained.
Yeah.
And anyways, there was a 20-year-old elephant, and it was a hot day, and his handler gave him way more of a load than this elephant wanted to pull on a hot day. So the elephant had enough, took his big tusks, stabbed the guy, and ended up cutting him in half.
Goodness me.
Really?
Yep. ripped him into two, and he was lying in a pool of blood.
Oh my gosh, that's a scary story.
That is nuts.
So the
That
elephant
is crazy.
just had enough. So you can't treat these elephants, just like they're machines, because they're not machines. They're very smart, emotional, sensitive animals.
They're, So it says ripped his 32-year-old handler. So the guy was 32 years old, in half here.
Yep.
Wow, the elephant was a 20-year-old. Now, how long do these elephants can they live? They can live quite a long time. Right?
Elephants live to about 70 some odd years old.
Wow.
Elephants are super cool because they're very smart. And elephants, if they meet you once, they'll literally remember you for the rest of their lives.
Well, I've always heard that, right? They have
That's
a great memory.
It's a true story.
True.
I spent some good. I'll show you some pictures.
See, also elephants can communicate kind of like whales. How whales can communicate for miles and miles.
Yeah.
Whales can use elephants use infrasound, which is very low level sound waves, to talk with other elephants miles and miles away.
Wow. Now that we can't hear that, right?
No, you could feel it if you're close.
It's a vibration,
like
but you can't actually hear it.
You can't hear it.
I spent some time in Kenya and Tanzania a couple times, and I had the chance of going out and doing some wildlife photography and some documentary work. And I got to spend really close-up time with a bunch of elephants.
Ooh, see that elephant right there? Go down. The one with the sweat coming off the side of its head? That means the elephant is a male, and he's in must.
Yeah.
He must mate. And they're dangerous to be around.
They're wild.
You're actually getting to part of my story.
What happened?
This might be, this is good. We were out doing these elephant. I got some really cool. It's one of my favorite elephant shots.
When the elephant
That's a great
sweat
one.
From the temple,
You got it. Are you going to post some of these?
I'll post some of these up on the show.
What were you saying there, Stu?
No, it's whenever you see an elephant sweating from his temple.
Yeah.
That's when they're in must. And
So stay away from them.
Yeah, they're dangerous because they want to get it on.
They want to mate.
Yeah. So at one point in here, I got to find out one of these elephant herds. Let's see if I can find. Sorry, I know this is riveting audio.
Riveting audio.
I'll just tell the story.
Looking for
We were in the
pictures.
middle of doing this elephant, shooting these elephants, shooting them, not hunting them, with cameras.
Yeah. Photographing.
Photographing, thank you.
With the camera, yeah.
And at one point, they got a baby was like stuck in the water or something, and all of these mamas and papas got really, really upset with us. Oh, I think it was right around here. Yeah, so there's all these littles. And this guy, this big one, got really angry. And he started getting closer and closer and closer.
These are African elephants with big tusks.
And started stomping his feet.
Uh-oh.
And started coming at us. And so our driver tried to get out of the way really quickly, and our car got stuck in the sand.
Oh, no.
And the elephant came roaring past us. I think I actually have a photo of them after it kind of stopped stomping here. He was like stomping and coming at us. And all of this dust started coming, and it was, here he is like charging at us. And
oh my gosh.
I ended up dropping my camera, and that camera got ruined, and it's actually sitting here in the studio. It doesn't that doesn't work anymore, but I was able to get some of my photos off of the camera.
Oh, is that because of elephant dust on the camera?
Yeah, it got literally inside the lens. It's like it was a Panasonic. It was a single lens, not detachable lens.
Okay.
Zoom travel camera that I use as a backup cam.
Interesting.
And it got so full of dust from this camera charging at us that now when you turn it on, the lens doesn't come out. It goes and it gets stuck. And so, but I was able to.
There's no way to clean it or anything.
No, I sent it in. They're like, we can't fix this. So,
but you got some pictures. You got some great pictures.
some great
I hope you
shots
post
with
some
it,
of these
so.
in the show notes, right? Post a couple.
Yeah,
of these
I'll
in the
post
show
some
notes.
of these. This guy.
So this thing came stomping and charging at you, but then he just finally gave up. I mean, so like,
yeah,
okay,
he
you
was
guys
really
aren't a threat.
He wasn't gonna like hurt us. It was mainly like, hey, just get the heck away from the babies, right?
Now, how did you guys get unstuck?
After he went by, our driver John B, who's awesome, went out. We just kind of dug our tires
okay, so
out.
then you had okay.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! But I mean, were you scared though? I mean, it's like here you are. This is like a movie.
He dropped his camera.
Scared enough to drop my camera.
This is a movie. Yeah, that's true.
For a
You're scared enough
photographer to drop his camera, they're terrified.
Yeah.
So
I mean, were you
it's
guys
pretty
ready
cool.
to jump out of the vehicle or something? What did he tell you to do if that thing charged
just
the
stay.
vehicle?
I don't think they were really gonna like hurt us.
Okay.
I don't know.
And these are huge elephants.
They're
Yeah, I
huge.
mean, this is the wild. This isn't like
Massive.
Not like
massive.
the Fresno Zoo.
not like you're at the zoo, walking around not worried about it. This is
These
like
guys are
you're
massive. They're
out in the wild. This is crazy.
pretty cool. It's fun.
So if you want to see an elephant, we have elephants at our zoo, don't we?
Yeah, actually,
yeah.
we do have elephants at our zoo. Eric, why don't you tell us a bit about the elephants at our zoo?
Well, there's a story here on MSN.com about how, I guess KMPH actually originally did the story, but Fresno Zoo was ranked as the 10 worst zoo for elephants.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
That kind of reminds me when I was a kid going to see Nosy the elephant in his super small, nasty enclosure back in the day in the 70s. Oh, my God.
Well, they're even talking about how now they do have that African Safari Adventure section, and they're even talking about how that still is not enough room for these elephants to really live their lives, and to be happy because it's not in the wild. So Fresno made this list, and then of course, Fresno's saying, well, we try to keep them entertained, engaged. They have different activities for them to do. To enrich their lives and stuff. But other people argue. And there's also another article there about how they're actually being sued now, I think.
By the elephants? How did the elephant get a lawyer?
The elephants, well...
they're smart. We told you, elephants are smart.
Elephants are very, very smart. They have their own lawyer.
There we go, yeah.
Let's see, where is that story? Do you have
the
that
zoo
story
has
there?
moved to defend itself against a lawsuit after a nonprofit group, the Non-Human Rights Project, filed a civil action against the popular venue. The group claims the zoo's 3 African elephants, Amahli, Nolwatsi, and Vusmusi.
Oh, I can tell you've been to Tanzania.
They've been unlawfully imprisoned and restrained of their liberty.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
So, this story comes from GV Wire, for those of you out there. But, it's kind of interesting. I've always had even as a kid, I kind of had a love-hate relationship with zoos. I mean, I love going and seeing them, watching the animals, but at the same time, they're captive. And yes, okay, they do. It's funny, somebody, I think this person, I heard him on an interview from this organization was kind of mentioning that it's like if you were to live in basically a mansion and you get, all the food and everything you want. You don't have to worry about anything, but it's all made of glass and everybody gets to walk by and see you and see what you're doing every day.
Something that people don't realize about animals, and it depends if the zoo is treating your animals right and animals have enough space.
And elephants need a lot of space because elephants travel a lot during the day.
As long as the animals are fed and have space, then it's fine. Because the thing you can't release an animal that was born in captivity.
No, you can't.
Right. They're going to die.
Yeah.
And also, animals have social structures where certain animals need to be with other animals.
Right.
You cannot keep a single hyena because they're pack animals.
Right.
Elephants are pack animals. They live in herds.
And so as long as the zoo is doing things right and has a couple elephants and treats them right, then what people don't realize, like cats in the wild. People are like, oh, you can't have, wild, lions at the zoo. And it's like, you guys understand that lion at the zoo is living to 25. In the wild, he'd be 6 and he'd die of starvation. So, as long as he's happy, you're actually giving him a very, very... Because, you could also you could take a human and throw him in the wild and say, congratulations, you're free!
Don't they have a show called Naked
have
and Afraid?
Fun.
Yeah.
You know what's going to happen?
Naked
That human's going to die. He's going to get eaten by something else. So,
Oh, yeah, I'd be eaten by something in a minute.
Right.
Well, it is true. I mean, there is a trade-off there,
tasty.
I guess. So I guess it really depends on what... Are you tasty?
I am tasty.
I'll take your word for it. I'm not going to... Anyway, I guess, it really depends, I guess, on your view on it. I mean, yes, they are living in captivity, but you're saying, yes, they have, as long as they have their space that they do. And I understand both sides of that. I think it's still... I remember... Now, the zoo is getting better. I know they're getting a whole new Asia... part where they're going to have the tiger actually have some space. And I remember the old tiger enclosure was so small, and that poor tiger, you'd see that guy walk back and forth, and he'd pace all the time, and I felt so bad for that guy.
You're older like me. Do you remember the original cat house?
I remember going to a cat house.
I don't remember the cat
Wink,
house.
wink.
No, not that cat house.
No, that's
It
a
was a
different one. That was a
building.
bunny ranch.
It was a building,
sorry.
and they would have, cages, like small cages, like maybe 15 by 8 feet. That the cats could go out in, and there was just concrete and hurricane fences around it.
Oh, okay.
So they couldn't get out. So concrete, and that's what the cats had. And so then they would go inside when it got hot and be in the cat house, but it smelled like pee, really bad cat pee. So when we were kids, we would dare each other to go into the cat house. I dare you to go in, you walk in and go, oh my God. But you would go out, and the cats would just pace up and down because they had no natural plants no ground. They had a little bit of water to drink. It was gross. And when you compare it to what they have now, it's a vast improvement.
Yeah, well, especially
But
those
it's
lions.
still-
If you see that lion enclosure, it's pretty nice.
It
there
is
at the
neat.
zoo.
You know,
Yeah.
still, it's not really what they would have in the wild. But
I mean, they really wouldn't have that like that
had.
from a Lion King the movie, that Pride Rock, like the they have there at the zoo.
That's
They
pretty
don't really
cool.
have that in the wild. That's not in
I
every.
think they do. I think it's required.
No, but I don't know. Do you guys think? Do you think it's wrong to be suing the zoo over this stuff? I don't know.
Yeah, look, yes. If the zoo was treating them bad and those animals were like starving and all that sort of stuff, then sure, sue them. But once again, like they're just going to go to another zoo.
Yeah, exactly, because you can't release them in the wild. And also, you could open up Ola Roding Park and let them have the elephants have the entire roding park to roam around in. For an elephant, it still isn't enough because they would travel miles during a day.
Interesting.
And now, keep in mind, elephants really travel to get water. So if they have food and water, they don't need to travel as much.
Yeah, and they do enrichment where they hide the food, where they got to find the food and, do all sorts of
I've
things.
seen
so their days
shows-
are busy.
Yeah, I've seen shows like where they have at Walt Disney World, they have that like safari, the African adventure thing, the safari thing, Savannah or whatever it is.
Animal Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom, you're right, is what it's called. And I see that where they talk about what they do for the animals, and they show you all the stuff they do to keep them engaged and try to give them, the best life, the most enriched life they can. So
I like how
that
they
is pretty
wanted
cool.
the animals to be able to be viewed from the tram, so they put all the air conditioning vents on rocks where the animals would go and sit, and the people would, when they go by
I
the
didn't
tram,
catch
they
that
could
part
view
of it, yeah.
So they have all the air conditioning, and the animals would sit there, and the people could view them.
Oh, that's a genius
So the animals
idea.
are there keeping
Genius.
cool and going, hey, how's it going?
Yeah. So I mean, so sorry, zoo, you're getting sued. I don't know. It's just still tough for me.
They should just negotiate with the elephants and ask them what they need.
That's
Maybe
true.
their lawyers will
That's
back
true. They
off.
do need to have elephant. Do we have an elephant lawyer local?
I don't know. I think so.
Yeah. All right. What else we got, Max?
Well, I just kind of wanted to talk about the zoo. The other day,
okay.
I had this memory of growing up and going to the Fresno Discovery Center.
I've been to the Discovery Center when I was little.
I haven't
Because
been
it was
there, yeah.
within walking
As a
distance of where
kid.
I lived. That's
Really?
why I saw a woolly mammoth one time. 'Cause
Really?
They brought in the woolly mammoth that they found frozen in the tundra. And I got to see it.
Oh,
The
wow.
Fresno Discovery Center was a place that I have
wasn't alive.
very fond memories of as a kid, right? And if you guys haven't been there, like
It's really neat.
It's cool. It's on 5.5 acres. They have a lot of cool
Kinda by the
stuff.
airport.
It's by the airport. They have the largest
5.5 acres. Is it really that big?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
they have
a
this
lot to it.
giant cactus.
I just
farm.
remember it as at the little house. I mean, it's been years.
Yeah,
since
that's
I've
what it
been
looks
there.
like from the outside.
The little house, and that's all I remember. You go
They
away and
have
see some stuff.
they have a rabbit hutch where you learn about rabbits. They have one of the largest, most diverse cactus farms like, in the
Wow.
world. They have these. But my point is, I want you guys to go to their site. My point here is what Fresno Discovery Center reminds me of is like when you're in elementary school and you have different like tables that your teacher sets up, and you go to like booth 1 to play with marbles and learn about gravity. Then booth 2, you put on your headset and listen to sounds.
Booth 3, you play with Legos and learn about building.
Yes, it's kind of like that with a slightly bigger budget.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have a lot of cool stuff. Like here is the wind tunnel. This exhibit is a fan favorite. Come and learn what all the gossip is about. That sounds really cool, but like if you look at it like up close, it's like we're gonna so there's some pictures here. We'll put it. It's some basic
PVC pipe
with
some drainage
with some air duct tubing
From the
Some air duct
your
tubing,
dryer at home.
yeah, and a fan.
Okay.
Like it's not like it's
Not high
pretty
tech.
it's pretty, I guess I would say, janky, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not the most nice place
it's kind
to go.
of built by people who love educating children on
don't
a
have
budget.
but don't have a
but
yeah,
have
don't have a
zero
lot of
money. Right. So I was looking at their site and I was like, man, this place though, but I have really great memories of this place.
Me too.
They have this area where you can learn about teepees and how teepees are built. And they have these teepees. They have these old, tables where kids can learn about molecules, and you build spaghetti and marshmallow towers. And
You
it's
get
just
to eat them?
Yeah, you got to eat them. You got to cook them
Looks like
down.
there's an
You learn about
iguana.
dinosaurs.
There's iguanas. They have like
Star
days
Wars.
where you build Legos and learn about Legos.
Learn
and
about Star Wars too.
Yeah, they do like this
know, what
really
was that?
cool stuff. It
Yeah.
feels very volunteer led. So I
Well,
started
that's what it
looking
is,
up.
right?
Yeah, I started looking it up, and the thing is, it's really cool. And schools go, and they have education programs. They have this thing called Café Scientifique, where
And isn't the general admission only like $5?
yeah, it's $6.
Yeah, it costs a lot of money to get
and
to the zoo.
kids
nowadays.
are free. And if you buy a membership, which is like
What if I have 3 kids?
nothing.
Is it cheaper?
like a membership is, let's see, like a membership's like, I don't know, $20 a year or something.
Oh man.
No, are you
And you get it
serious?
free,
I know,
man.
because like the zoo is almost like $100 a year, depending on your
Yeah,
level.
yeah.
I could be wrong, but it's super cheap. I don't,
So
they
if
don't
you're
even
paying
give you a
$5
price.
to get in. It's like, come on. Also, they have a lot of
Do
special
they have free
events.
parking?
The event, if free parking, the events are like, they have something called Tot Time for 0 to 5 years old, Mondays at 11. They read books, they sing songs, they watch motion videos, mats are provided. Every Saturday at 10 a.m. for free, the whole family's going to come out and you get to solve a problem together, compete against each other.
Kind of like an escape room.
Or rather, they say
Oh.
complete against each other. They just have different things.
Typo.
Different activities
Different
going on
activities
all the
that are
time.
free all the time. First Monday of every month, you can show up and they have food vendors and events and fun stuff going on. My point is, though, it's super janky. They have rentals, birthday parties.
That's super janky.
It's
I
really
don't know if I call
cool.
it super
You can
janky,
rent
but-
the facilities for 225 hours for 30 people.
No, wait,
$25.
wait, $225. They don't want to rent it to you.
What
for
did I say?
225 hours.
Oh, God.
$225
for
2
2
hours.
You're
Yeah.
getting excited. We understand.
225
have an-
hours. We'll be there forever. I'll
You
move
can
in.
add an animal
It'll be our new
encounter for
studio.
only $80.
I can encounter an animal? Like a
It's
chimpanzee?
really cool. Like, really cool
They got
stuff.
Disney princesses.
They have museums. They got to
Snakes.
bring in
Disney
snakes.
princess.
But
They
my
got
point
geckos.
is, this is actually owned by the city of Fresno.
So it should be under Measure Z, right?
It was right. It was donated. It was donated to the city
Yes.
in the 1920s.
Oh man,
Really? That
So
was-
it's been
Yeah.
with the city for a long time.
I didn't realize it was
five
there
and
that
a
long.
half. It was 5.5 acres was donated to the city in 19, and it was called the Reedy Park. But in 1954, it would change the Fresno Junior Museum of Science and Natural History.
That sounds
And
pretty
It was
cool.
established by 2 biology teachers from Fresno City College. They taught classes on natural sciences and history. The park was open to the public. They displayed artifacts that had animals, bears, snakes, reptiles, and birds. In 1968, it became a nonprofit. In 1979, the Women's Junior League helped transform the complex of educational classes, exhibit displays, and live animal exhibits into the Discovery Center. In 1991, the Gemini space capsule was given to the Discovery Center
What?
on an indefinite loan by Pine Ridge Elementary in Auberry, where it's been now
Wow.
part of the playground where you get to play on the Gemini space capsule.
That's crazy.
Hold
In
on, that's an actual
1995.
Gemini space capsule.
How cool is
I
that?
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I want to go there now. I love space.
Wow.
This capsule was used by NASA for backup and testing and training.
Oh, okay. So it's not one that launched, but it is a Gemini space.
It was
capsule. Okay.
it was used by NASA.
That's cool.
But here's the thing. It is all run by it's owned by the city of Fresno. It's run by volunteers. It's a nonprofit. And they have 26,000 visitors annually. Every year they have 12,000 school children come through from field trips alone.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. They get no money from Measure Z.
No, that's insane.
Because Measure Z only goes to the zoo. And I started thinking, this place actually does really cool stuff.
Yeah.
They have education programs. They do field trips. They have a lot of
So-
really cool stuff.
How do they get funded then? Are they just strictly
Just volunteers and membership.
volunteers and membership and that's it?
That's it. They get screwed. man.
Wow.
Like, and I
That is
just been
shocking.
thinking, like, it kind of makes me upset because I actually think this place probably does more for kids in certain things than the zoo because they and it's so cheap that especially low income families can come and experience this place.
Yeah.
I agree with you because when you go to the zoo, you go, okay, there's a chimpanzee. Okay, yeah, that's kind of cool. Okay, there's an elephant. Okay, yeah, that's kind of cool.
Right.
Rarely will you encounter a zookeeper who will give you information on it. But when you go to the Discovery Center, you have hands-on activities. You learn about basic things like, like wind or molecules and things like that, animals. And there are people there who love educating people.
Yeah.
They're good at it. Oh my God, there's a Gemini
There's the space capsule.
That
There it is.
Awesome.
And keep in mind, it's 5.5 acres.
Yeah.
So you can go and you can just picnic. You can have fun with your family.
And you can learn more there than at the zoo.
Yeah. But like I kind of want to show for like here's this really cool space toy that they have. But like I just want you guys to I'm going to zoom in on this really quick. Like,
Oh, it's kind of janky.
it's
okay, I
like
see.
it's. See what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like it's
tetanus
made
off
with
of it.
duct tape.
Yeah.
Like it's literally tape.
It looks like it's falling apart.
It's a piece of
older.
like what's
Yeah.
gonna give your kids
Okay, but
splinters.
that kid in there looking like he loves
But
it.
that's the point, though,
He's
right?
having the best time.
He's like,
Yeah.
as a kid,
These
you
roots.
don't know, and as a kid, you're really enjoying this.
Yeah, you can tell
place.
how I actually sat in the space shuttle. one
Like,
time.
look
Yeah.
at how
Look
excited this
smile.
kid is.
Yeah.
To sit in this old, nasty wood, disgusting.
Yeah.
Like, I would never put my
Probably
kid in
smell-
this
no,
thing.
because they probably get tetanus. Or
100%. Here's a close up. Look at this, guys.
full
Look
of
at
kids.
that.
Oh, that's
something.
terrible.
It's, Bondo. Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
look at.
We're looking
how-
at like a timeline of the space shuttle that
but,
somebody built.
But then
It's
look at
great.
these kids.
Yeah, they're
Those
loving it.
children, and I'll tell you why.
They're excited.
Because they help like low-income families. These kids have never learned about this stuff. They have never been able to afford going to a big museum. They're never going to
Yeah.
go to the real space museum in Santa, whatever, San Diego
Florida,
or
yeah.
Florida.
Cape Canaveral.
But you
Cape
know what they
Canaveral,
are going to
yeah.
do? They're going to go to the Fresno Discovery Center and sit in this nasty-ass wood plank space shuttle that's covered
Probably
with
get tetanus, but they're gonna love
Bondo,
it.
Bondo.
and covered with termites and tape.
And wasps. I'm sure there's a
But
lot.
like, you know what I'm saying? But my point is,
I understand you.
they are
completely.
doing so much good because
Yeah.
these kids are, and I have memories of going there as a kid and freaking loving it. And I didn't realize that like it was totally dangerous, and I probably shouldn't have been able to play there. And like, you know, my parents should have been.
I love how he's selling this.
I know.
Like, look at
It's
this.
totally
Look at
dangerous.
this.
Hey.
Look at this shark. Look at this.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can see the
Yeah.
plywood coming out of the teeth.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
this
it's
poor
chipped
kid
off.
is literally standing in the mouth of this thing and is totally unsafe and is going to hurt
The
themselves.
Gemini space capsule is 100% legit, though.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That is very
yeah.
cool. So, but okay.
But
so
my point, all of this
point here,
is to
Max.
say
I'm
is,
going to go there just for the Gemini space capsule.
I want to see that too.
all of this is to say
Yes.
that if they had just maybe 1/15th
Oh, yeah.
of that
Yeah.
$15 million that the
Couple
zoo
hundred
gets,
thousand.
Yeah.
if they had 1/100th of that $15 million that the zoo gets every year, if this place got a couple $100,000 a year,
Oh, man.
if they got $1 million a year,
Picks up that space shuttle.
could you imagine that space shuttle wouldn't be a tetanus-inducing, splinter, maggot-infested toy? It would be like a great place to hang out.
Also, you and I have problems with how they're using their money with Measure Z at the zoo because
Right.
they overpay contractors and they overpay a lot of people. Where this Discovery
place
Center
knows how to
will-
use money.
They will know how to use their money. They will put it where they're going to
Yeah,
get
you
the
know
most
what?
bang for their buck.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna be the voice of the other side here. You know what would happen if they would get any money? You know what would happen to this place? People, administrators, professional administrators, all of a sudden would show up at this place.
Well, you're right. They
and
would.
say, "We know how to use that money the best." And the next thing you know,
They're pulling up in their
the
Mercedes,
money would be
yeah.
disappearing. It'd be like the high speed rail. Money would disappear.
Well,
and
you're
nothing
right.
Gets done.
However, you
That's
know
the
what should
problem.
happen then? They should just give it. They should say tax dollars. Either I don't even care. This poor place needs some money.
It really, this is what it
they
said.
have a community garden. Like it's
Yeah.
a cool place. Somebody help this place out for goodness sake.
Well, there's a lot of, here's the other thing too. I wonder how they'd get donations because there's a lot of companies. We talked about this a couple of podcasts ago, how many companies in the valley there are, multi-million-dollar companies. Why can't they get donations from these places to help fix this thing up too? But I do completely understand where you're coming from, and I agree. The Measure Z money. Let's not even talk about the parks money. They could use the parks money for this.
Yeah.
Because it's up to the discretion of the city council. But instead, the city council wants to buy a church out from under. Wants to buy the Tower Theater out from under a church.
Yeah, take that money and give it to the Fresno Discovery Center.
Yeah.
For goodness sakes.
You'll
Look,
get
these
more
peop-
return because you'll have educated kids.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. I'm so tired of hearing about the children, and I don't know if we're going to get into the school salary thing. Yeah. But the children, and then the money never goes to the children and to things, beautiful things like this. To be honest with you guys, I didn't even know Discovery Center was still open.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah, I didn't even know that thing was still going on. I thought that thing had closed a long time ago.
'cause
I
I
hadn't even heard
forgot
anything
about
about
it.
it.
Look at
I
this.
remember there used to be commercials on TV all the time about this
For
place.
field trips. Schools can do field trips for as little as $3 a person, which includes STEAM activities, an on-site person to come help. If you can't make it for COVID or something, they'll come on-site to you or do virtual field trips to do STEM stuff. Like, it's just cool. So help them out, people. Jeez Louise. It makes me so angry.
Why are you targeting Louise?
I
She
know.
hasn't been here.
Jeez,
for
Louise.
And then-
time in
Would
a long
Louise
time.
please pay some money to
Come
this
on,
guys,
Louise.
this
donate
is-
to this place?
Together.
So I was talking to my wife last night, and I was like, man, this place is so cool. And I was getting all riled up.
Yeah.
And I'm on their Facebook, and I see this.
Uh-oh.
August 24th. This is just literally, what's that? Yesterday? 3 days ago. Attention. We recently had a break-in, and one of our beloved desert tortoises was taken from our facility.
No.
It had an injured shell and needs special care and attention. Please contact us if you have information. Some a-holes broke in and stole an injured tortoise who needs special care and attention. Like,
Oh, my
Underfunded Discovery Center. Come on, people. Come on,
come
Louise.
on. Can you please give them some money for the love of God?
Can somebody help find that turtle?
Anyways, it
Yeah.
makes me sick.
I hope.
I'm dropping by Louise's house later and see if she has it.
Oh, Louise may have that turtle. Yeah.
Jeez, Louise.
Is that in Fresno PD district? I mean, who's looking for this
Fresno,
turtle?
Nobody, because we defunded the police.
Yeah. Jerry
No,
Dyer's
you
doing
can
mayor
tell
stuff
Max
now.
is very, very passionate about this place, and that's what it is. These kind of places really mean a lot to people, and of all income levels. But in a community, we have a gym, and nobody wants to sit here and help polish this gym.
In a community that's really underserved. This is like,
Yes.
this place isn't in nice area of town, right? It's across the street from low-income apartments. It really is a place that would help. People are saying, let's help the low-income individuals. Great. Help them out then.
Yeah.
Put some money in here.
Yeah.
But also, when you go out there, you don't feel like you don't have to be scared.
No,
it's not a dangerous.
it's gorgeous.
to you going there. In other words, you're not going to encounter people bothering you. It's a neat area.
Yeah. It's a safe area.
And also,
yeah.
I didn't realize that for $5 or $6, you can go with your family, go explore the 5.5 acres of grounds, 5.5 acres, and go and enjoy it with your kids. Go on a Monday and take your tots for free time.
I should bring my bratty teenage boy. He loves science.
Yeah.
We should, and you know what? We should do a. That would be fun to do a fundraiser for them. I wish somehow we could. We're never gonna do it.
Actually, you're right.
Oh wait, go back. You could look inside the Gemini Cafe.
Buy the.
Oh man, I'm really
look at that
intrigued.
thing. Buy
wanna go
the
there.
Discovery
fair-
Center a coffee. How about that?
Yeah, do this. Go to our website, nofocusradio.com, buy us a coffee, then if we raise enough money, we'll help them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go there and do a podcast.
Well, every
Actually, we should.
dollar.
You know what? Marty is such a naysayer. We're going to do it next Saturday. We're
Every-
2 Saturdays from now.
Every dollar that we get from buy a cup of coffee, Max, how much are we giving to Discovery
We're
Center?
giving them a percentage of every dollar that you guys give to us.
Yes. So
We are giving them a percentage of every dollar.
Here's the problem.
don't
You know,
look forward
the
to any money
the sad
giveaways.
part, Max. Yes, you are.
Nothing.
You are correct, Max. The sad part of this is that there's so much of this tax money and people.
Oh, there's a lot of money floating around that they're giving away for nothing.
that they give away for nothing. That goes all over the place and
to the wrong people.
the wrong people and the wrong reasons, and we can't fix up these places that can really serve communities. I mean, they're like I said, they're amazing gyms in these communities.
Right.
That now you're getting me all riled up, man.
I'm kind
getting-
of riled up too.
Yeah, I'm getting very riled up about this.
Right.
I don't know.
Did you guys know that, speaking of tax dollars, within that whole $3.5 trillion bill that the
Build back terrible.
Build Back Better crap that we
Terrible-er.
just did you know that there's some fun items in there?
What's in there?
There is $13.3 billion for new administration programs.
Oh,
geez,
administration.
What do you know?
Thank you, Colonel House.
What do you know?
What was the name of that book?
That is called Philip Drew Administrator.
Look for that book, folks.
Yeah. Did you know that there's $200 million for Pelosi's Park? That's right. A park located in the north end of San Francisco. $200 million earmarked for Pelosi's Park.
So
That's right.
Park
I heard that they're not going to
area.
use. They're not
That's
going to use
awesome.
to do the park. They're not going to use an excavator to go through and clean it out. They're just going to use Paul Pelosi's driving skills.
Hey ho.
Yeah.
Okay, we only got a couple minutes. We're not going to get through
was
everything.
that it? Was there any other good stuff with that tax money? Come on.
There's a lot, but let's get into some fun
All right,
stuff.
let's get into some fun
I'm
stuff.
gonna come. We got some other stories. U-Haul dates, guys.
Oh, U-Haul
People in
dates.
Fresno are apparently starting this new trend where you book a U-Haul.
Okay.
A growing number of thrifty millennials and Gen Zer sweethearts are ditching established, more expensive date nights and anniversary rituals for a night of romance in the back of a U-Haul.
What?
Among them is Diana Del Muro of Fresno, whose jaw hit the floor when her boyfriend pulled up in a clunky rental box truck and told her to hop in for a special lakeside date.
Said, let's go help Juan move.
When he came to my house, I was like, what is going on? What is this? Is this a U-Haul? Del Muro, 21-year-old psychology major at Fresno State, yada, yada, yada. Essentially, you rent a U-Haul, you put a bed in it, you throw in some candles, and you take people elsewhere.
Nasty.
Wait, what? So
now
like
I can't rent a U-Haul because I'm going to have to like bleach the interior, go in there with.
Oh, I know. I can't trust him now.
So anyways-
So basically, the idea is that you, instead of renting a hotel room or going somewhere on like a little trip, right?
Yeah.
You just, oh wait, maybe I'll do this for my anniversary.
Yeah, you get a U-Haul.
So you get a U-Haul.
You make it a quote, this is a quote, a fantasy suite, complete with a comfy futon bed, LED candles, flowers, wine, and trays of your favorite
and you
sushi
go drive
rolls.
up in the mountains and then just have your little apartment right there. Is that how it works,
Yeah.
or what?
This is from the New York Post. This is the headline. What is this effing U-Haul? Cheap rental trucks to the trendy new date night hotspot.
That is so. Yeah,
There it is.
That's interesting. Is that their way to try to keep U-Hauls in California because people are moving so
It's a way
fast
to
out
keep
of here?
Men single. So
Is that?
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
Men single.
U-Haul dates.
I love it.
Okay, we got a couple. Let's do this. This is important. This is an important one. This is
All right.
a very important one. We
Uh-oh.
have a local event coming up.
Yay.
A big event. Let's pull this up.
So that's the
Getting it
Discovery
lined
Center?
up here,
Getting it
folks.
lined up. The Thrift and Vintage Expo coming to the
Ooh.
Fresno
I
Fairgrounds.
love this.
What is
actually
this?
really cool. The Central California Thrift and Vintage Expo promises to feature more than 80 vendors.
Wow.
80
Wow.
vendors offering vintage and collectible clothing and other apparel. August
27th.
We're going to skip this event. It's already-
And it's
by the time you hear our
happening
podcast, it already happened.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed.
I would love to find, if you went, tell us. Tell us how it was.
I think, yeah, Marty, are you
We're
going?
going
Are
to
you going?
podcast from there.
Yeah, we need a
today.
podcast from there. Yeah.
I'd love to
That was a
hear.
great event. Thank
I'd
you.
love to hear more about that event if you went. Geez. Anyways, guys, it's been a lot of fun. We're running out of time here. I do want to, a couple things.
Yeah.
We give away a lot of our time, our energy, our money to doing this show. And we just ask that if you enjoy it, if you find any bit of entertainment value from it, that we would just ask if you find it, if you can find it in your hearts, if you got a couple extra dollars. I know it's expensive out there, but, we pay for the electricity, for the equipment, for the microphones, for the website hosting, for
We don't even pay ourselves. We do
the
this
software.
For free
Yeah,
for the
we
love
lose
of
quite
it.
a bit of money on this.
Trying to raise Don's bailment.
That's right.
It's a value for value model.
That's right. Yeah, Max DeBoss loses quite a bit of money putting on this podcast, guys. All we're saying, the electricity, the stickers, the hats, the cups, the AC, all the stuff. It costs us money.
The lights,
The lights,
the music,
the equipment, all of the stuff. So we're just asking
the
if you
Discovery Zone trips.
If you enjoy the show, you can become a sponsor for as little as $2
That's it?
a month.
$2.
And with that, you get access to our special general Discord server. You get a shout out on the show for $5 a month. $5 a month, that's nothing.
Wow.
That's nothing.
That's as much as it costs to get into the Discovery Center.
You'll get
for
an
a day.
advertisement on the show. You'll get a no focus vinyl
advertisement? That's
decal.
That's almost a full gallon of gas.
You'll get access to our backlog of episodes and access to our live Discord server where you get to hear us behind the scenes.
I like that.
If for $10
What are we
a
saying? What
month,
are
you
we
get the
saying?
gold plan. You get access to our gold roll on Discord, which gets you special live on-air shows. That's right. We're going to do special shows that we don't record. And only those I'm part of here get to listen to them. We've got a couple of
How can
those
they hear him if we don't record him?
because they're only live on Discord.
Oh, that's
Yep. I mean, we'll record them. They'll go in the backlog episode for gold members.
Oh.
You get a guest spot on the show. You'll get exclusive posts and
They can
messages.
sit right here, right next
shout
to me.
outs to new members, our full library, and you get to sit here with us,
Yeah.
right next to us as we do the show.
That's
So
it.
it's pretty cool. That's only $10 a month.
Can they do a commercial?
$10.
Think about that, $10 a month.
Too? Do they get a commercial too?
Yeah, you get a free commercial.
Yeah,
You do.
You can advertise anything. You
A
can even
guest
ask
spot
girl
on our
out
show.
onto a U-Haul truck date.
That's right. Yeah, no, you can propose to your wife. You can do all that stuff. So it's very, just check it out. We would
Why would
really
you
help.
propose to your wife? You're already married.
No, propose a divorce to your wife.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Don't do that on our show.
No
Jeez.
idea what's even going on right now. Oh my God!
I don't know. I was just trying to save myself.
Save your marriage. Give us $10.
Save your marriage, $10.
$10 a
220
month.
hours.
Check us out. Become a member. Also, join our Discord server. That's
Please,
at
please.
nofocusradio.com.
Value for value, folks.
A lot of fun stuff on there.
We love coming to you twice a week.
That's right.
And bring you great entertainment, a great show.
And for only I'm dead serious. For only $10 a month and then $99 a year, you get access to our show. And for the $99, you'll get access to the Daily Wire, where they will send you their leftist tears mug. So that's only $10 a month here,
worth it right
and
there.
$99 to the Daily Wire. You'll get their stuff as well.
And also, we'll throw in a copy of Stephen J. Cochran's book, Alameda.
Hey, that's
There you
actually
go.
great. That's actually a great idea.
Yeah, it's a good book, too.
Yeah. So
Very
for
good.
only $10 a month and then an extra $10, we'll throw in a copy of Jay Cochran's
And
book.
for another 10 on top of that, Stu might take you to his Museum of Oddities.
Oh, yeah, I'll let you in the Chamber of Curiosities.
Yeah, Chamber of
And
Curiosities,
you could
there
join
you
me in my protest to save the stacks. I got plenty of lots of duct tape.
Duct
Yeah.
tape for all.
And I'm dead serious. Right? Special deal only. For $10 a month and only $24.95 additionally. We will give you, for the next 11 hours only, we'll also throw in, for an extra $24.95, an Aquasonic Vibe Series Ultra Whitening Toothbrush.
Now, this thing has got 4.5 stars on Amazon.
yeah,
This is the real deal, folks.
That's the real deal.
19,469 ratings.
Yes.
So, for only
Hey,
$10 a month,
brush
and then only
And a travel case.
$24.95, we will throw in the Aquasonic Vibe Series
It brushes
Ultra
your
Whitening
teeth,
Toothbrush.
it blends your smoothies, it does
right.
everything.
And you could go with us at night to help egg Louise's house.
That's right.
Really?
Because she stole that turtle. I'm
And
convinced.
you can-
give that turtle back,
Jeez,
Louise.
Louise, come
That's
on.
right. So
All
check
right.
that out at nofocusradio.com.
Is Louise her last name? First name Jeeves?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know her. I
Confused.
just know where she lives.
Oh, okay.
It's
All right, guys. Hey, remember, 5 stars is always the correct number of stars for us.
What else?
Right?
Anything
Give
else?
us on that review.
Yeah. Anyways, guys.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. Remember, cash is king.
We love
Put
you
money
guys
under
out
your
there.
mattress.
Talk with us on our Discord.
This is king.
Yes. Yes, join us on our Discord. We'll talk to you then.
Focusradio.com.
Later.
Hey.